Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark Elias and I'm taking you behind the scenes of how applications actually run in production. We've gone over how to deploy your application to production and how to deploy and how to set up your Kubernetes cluster. But your application is not truly production ready if it's not able to be monitored. If you're not able to set up instrumentations to know what is going on in your application, then that application is not really ready to function in a production environment. So how do you set up monitoring and observability of your application? There are three main pillars to observability when it comes to your applications in Kubernetes, and that includes your metrics, your logging, and your tracing. Metrics are basically performance data of your resources within your Kubernetes environment. Your logs are the event records of the activities and actions going on within your application. And traces are basically going to show you the request flows between various services within your distributed system or your microservice architecture. So how do you visualize all of this and make useful inferences from them? You need to get metrics on different levels. There will be four main levels that you need to be observed. You need to have observability set up on your cluster level, that is monitoring everything that's going on within your Kubernetes cluster. You also need to set up metrics on your node level. So the individual nodes where your pods will be running, you need metrics on that. You also need to have your monitoring capturing data on your pod, on the pod level as well. And finally, your application level. There will be various tools that you can use to get your observability set up within your Kubernetes cluster, depending on your use case and what is used within your organization. You can use the Elk stack where you have Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. So Elasticsearch will be your database that stores your logs. Logstash will be your processor that processes the log data coming from various applications within your environment. And you also have Firebase, which will be your log collector on various resources and various nodes to collect logs from your various applications and pods. You can use Firebase for your log collector. You can use Fluent, which you can use Fluently. But the Elk stack has Logstash as the log processor to process your logs, take what you want, drop what you don't need, and send that into Elasticsearch that holds the data of your logs and does indexing and makes it available to easily search through it. Kibana then visualizes the logs that are contained in your Elasticsearch database so that you can make useful dashboards that you can show to various stakeholders and business leaders to make decisions based on what's going on within your applications. In the LGTM stack, you have Loki, Prometheus, Grafana, and Tempo. So Loki will be your log processor, just as you have Logstash as your log processor. Loki will be your log processor. You could have your log collector could be Fluent-based, it could be Prometheus, it could be Grafana Alloy, which a lot of people are starting to use these days, since it's very efficient and integrates a lot better with Loki. So you can have that as your log collector to collect your log data and send it into Loki. Loki then does the processing and sends it into the database, and then Grafana helps you to visualize what's in memory. And for your metrics, Prometheus, it also helps you to visualize your metrics as well. So with that stack, you can have your metrics and your logs, and you can visualize them using Grafana. For traces, you can use, for the LGTM stack, you can use Tempo to collect your distributed tracing data. And in the Elk stack, you can use APM to do your tracing for you. You can also use one that is not specifically tied to any of these environments, which is Jaeger, and that can help you to do your tracing as well. So with this, if you can set this up and set up your monitoring infrastructure with either of these stacks, or you can use a combination of both if you need various things from each of them. I hope all of that makes sense. If you have any questions about how you should set this up or which one you should use, or you need more explanations, drop your questions in the comment section and I'll be sure to get to them. I'll see you in the next one.